Good morning and welcome once again to a Wet Nose Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I know it's a little gloomy day. Today we've got clouds, a little bit chilly. How about cozying up with a nice pet? That sounds like a great plan. That's what Wet Nose Wednesday is all about. We want to unite some wonderful animals with some wonderful homes, and that's where you come in. So let's get to it. Today, our special guest, Christy Lee from the Louisa County Animal Shelter, and this is going to operate a little differently. You're going to hear Christy, but you're not going to see her. We don't have the best internet connection, so we're going to carry you on phone. So, Christy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Christy, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to do this. I know we've got a bunch of great animals we want to find homes for, and we're going to get to them in a second. We're going to put pictures up, and you're going to tell us all about these wonderful pets. But first, if you would, since this is your first time on Wet Nose Wednesday, let's talk a bit about Louisa County Animal Shelter, if we can. So tell me a little bit about how it's working there in Mineral, and in this day and age of COVID, I always like to get this out there, how people can adopt animals, especially if they see a dog or a cat today and they say, I gotta go see that animal and I gotta bring them home. What do they need to know about process, Christy?
Absolutely. We encourage everybody to come in. We are right now, because of the COVID, we're allowing one family in at a time. So sometimes there's a little bit of a line out the door, not too bad, but make sure you wear a mask. Our building does require mask wearing. And we encourage you to come in, check out the dogs or cats, whichever you're interested in. We encourage you to walk a dog. If you're interested in a particular dog, take them out for a walk and enjoy some time with them, see if that's the right fit. Or same with the cat, you could let them out of their kennel and play with them. We have multiple toys and stuff to play with. And usually how adoption works is, if you are interested, we do foster or adoption. So if you're not sure about the dog and how they would act at your home, you can foster them. So you're going to take them home for a little while. And if it does work out, you say, hey, yes, I want to adopt them. And if it doesn't work out, you just bring them back to us. Great information. Louisa County Animal Shelter, located Sacred Heart Avenue in Mineral. Their Facebook page, Louisa County Animal Shelter on Facebook. You can get a lot of information there as well. And as we go forward, and we're just about to welcome our first pet to the mix here. Remember, you can comment. If you have a question for Christy Lee, a question about adopting from Louisa County Animal Shelter, you can go ahead and hit us up. We can carry it right on the screen here and get it answered for you. Let's bring our first pet into the mix here. We should have a picture in just a second. And there we have Jenna. Christy, tell me about Jenna. What's Jenna's story? Jenna is awesome. She's a 1 to 2 year old shepherd mix. She's about 45 pounds. She was actually a stray found in an evicted home. And she was with 2 other cats. So she is cat friendly. She knows her basic house commands, sit, stay. She is housebroke, and she's young, that she loves to go play, tennis ball or anything. So we think she would do pretty good with kids. If you're interested in her, definitely bring your kids along, or your other dog if you have one. Just make sure that they'll get along together.
Wow. And I don't know if you can see this or not, Jenna. Jenna's a dog. I don't know if you can see this or not, Christy, but the picture on the screen right now, it looks like Jenna loves a good belly rub, because that's what I'm seeing going on here.
It's funny. If you point her finger at you, she plays dead. She drops over and rolls over for her belly to be rubbed.
Wow. So. What a baby.
She is. She's a little love bug.
And about how old is Jenna again, just for...
She's roughly about 1.5 years to 2 years old.
Okay.
She's pretty young. Yeah.
She looks like a sweetheart. And again, cat friendly, as you said. That's important to know. If you're like me and you have a cat or 2 in the household and you want to welcome a dog, Jenna would be a wonderful fit. All right, let's go to our next animal. I think we're staying in the dog park for a second, because we have both dogs and cats on the show. There's some more pictures of Jenna popping up. Oh, now we stay in the J's and we're on to Joey. What beautiful markings on Joey. Tell me about Joey.
Yes, Joey, he's a brindle boxer pit bull mix. He's about 2 years also. He came to us, we believe he was hit by a car. We had animal control pick him up, and he stayed at the vet for a while. He had a broken pelvis. But he is completely healed up now. He is neutered and up to date on his vaccines and everything. And he is housebroke. He is pretty chilled out in his kennel, so he just lays there most of the time. But he does love going on some walks. Kind of need a person that can handle a little bit of pulling, because he's he pulls at times. He's not too bad, but he can be strong.
Oh. and he's not a big dog, so he's just been hitting the gym a lot. So he's just got muscles.
Yeah, he's around 55 pounds, I'd say. Yeah, he's more tall, I would say, than anything.
Okay.
He's not a huge dog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard when you see the pictures. It's like you're trying to see against the legs and the boots there in the picture, trying to get an idea of size and weight. But
yeah,
what a sweetie. All right, so
he's gorgeous.
And that's Joey. So let's go to our next pet and see if we break out of the J's. And we do. We go to the R's. We've got Robert. Robert looks like Robert's a happy dog.
Yes, he is. He's between 4 to 5 year old Walker Hound. So he's a tall boy. He came into us as a stray, so we don't know too much about him. He's very sweet and goofy. He's very goofy. He does some goofy stuff. But the only thing about Robert, he seems to not like to go number 2 on the leash. So he would have to have a yard or whatnot to go doo-doo.
Well, that's funny. I love the delicate way you're trying to step around saying, well, what you just said. But hey, that's the reality. It's important information to know when you're adopting a pet, right?
Yes, it is. And it's not that he can't go on. I'm sure with some structure of being able to go out multiple times a day with his person, he would be able to go out fine and kind of rehouse break him, if you want to say.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Robert looks like he'll learn fast.
Yes, he is a smart boy and he's a sweetheart.
And I know that when we talked the other day, you said you only had about 3 dogs at the shelter, right? I mean, right now there aren't a lot of dogs.
There isn't. We have more dogs in the back, but they're also on stray holds and stuff, so we can't put them up for adoption just yet. But we have cats and dogs incoming all the time.
We're going to migrate, I think, into the cats in just a second. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big cat guy. I make no secret of that. So I'm excited about this portion coming up. But real quick, Christy, when we were talking earlier, you said that y'all are doing something along the lines of Wet Nose Wednesday that we're doing here today when it comes to adoption. Yeah. Could you just mention that for us?
Yes. If you come in and you're interested in adopting any of our dogs or cats, and if you mention Wet Nose Wednesday, it will be a free adoption.
Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because our goal is to get these pets adopted. There's nothing worse than when you see a pet and you're like, oh, and you go spend time with them, whether it's in a pet store or at a shelter, and then you go back again and that pet is still there. Doesn't it just break your heart?
It's heartbreaking. It is.
All right, let's get into our next pet. I think this is where we turn the corner and go to Catville. And there we go. And we begin with one of my favorite portions of the space program ever. It's Apollo. Looks like an orange tabby. Can you tell me about Apollo, Christy?
Yes, he is a big orange tabby, and he is such a love. He absolutely loves people. We don't know too much about him. He's around 3 years of age, and he's just absolutely sweet. Came in as a stray.
Wow, that's a beautiful animal. I've got a tabby myself.
He is.
Do you know if Apollo would work and play well with others as far as other cats in the house, or is that a question mark?
I am sure he would, but we could always test it out at the shelter to see if he would get along with other cats, but I don't see him having any problems.
That's a gorgeous cat. How much does Apollo weigh?
That's a good guess. I didn't write that one down.
Oh, that's okay. He's a big boy.
I want to say he's probably around 11-ish pounds, maybe. He's a big boy.
Wow. That is a great cat. Love Apollo.
Yeah, he's got some gorgeous eyes too.
Wow. Handsome for sure. All right. Let's go to our next kitty. Who do we have here after Apollo? We have
Nova.
We're waiting for the picture. Although I could look at Apollo all day long. We might be having an issue getting the next picture on. But tell me about Nova, and we'll get the pickup as soon as we can. Nova is what kind of cat is Nova?
Nova's about 2 years old, and she's a little gray tabby. She's really small, actually. She is an indoor cat. She's stayed in one house the entire time of her whole life, and she was actually just surrendered So she's a little nervous at the shelter when you first meet her. She's very scared, but she does come out of her shell, and she is a major sweetheart. The only thing about Nova is she will go this Thursday to get spayed. So after this Thursday, so Friday and Saturday and all that, she will be available for adoption.
And we talked about the fact that you only have about 3 dogs at the shelter right now, which is a great thing. And I say this every week on Wet Nose Wednesday. Our goal is to have no animals. I mean, our goal is to have no animals at the shelter because they're all with families. That's
Absolutely.
goal. Do you have a lot of cats at the shelter right now?
We do have a lot of cats, and we actually, when we get really full, we do work with the Charlottesville PetSmart on its 101 Community Drive in Charlottesville. We sent a lot of our kittens and cats there to be adopted, so you could always go there also and adopt out.
All right. And I think we're having some problems with our pictures. Alec, our producer behind the scenes, if you want to just roll the animals we've seen so far, so we can sort of just recap, if you will. Did we have any more, or was that it? We had 3 dogs and 2 cats. Was that the balance for the day?
Yes, it is.
And by the way, I love the names, and I mentioned this to you earlier. I love the celestial names. We have Apollo in the cat department, and we have Nova in the cat department. I think that's fantastic. We're looking at Jenna right now. All these wonderful animals are available at the Louisa County Animal Shelter. We appreciate them so much coming on for Wet Nose Wednesday. And as we look at these animals again, Christy, if you could just recap everything we need to know. If somebody's seeing these wonderful pets and wants to come to the shelter, take a look and adopt, if you could just go over all that info as we watch these pictures scroll through.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely come into the shelter. We do one family at a time, and make sure you bring a face mask to enter the building. And you are able to walk a dog if you would like, or let a cat out and play with the cat for a while. And if you are interested in adopting, but you're not quite sure how that animal will work out, definitely you can foster the animal for a while and then adopt, or you could bring them back to us, or you could adopt outright.
I think I sound like a broken record every week when I say all of these animals are home runs. I mean, they would make an individual or a family very, very happy if you were to throw your doors open to these dogs and these cats. So please, if you can give a great home to a wonderful pet, check out what they have going on at the Louisa County Animal Shelter. And again, I want to point out, and that's located in Mineral, want to point out, if you mention Wet Nose Wednesday, what happens, Christy?
A free adoption.
Free adoption. What's better than free, right? You're getting a great animal, giving them a great home, free adoption. That is fantastic. And you have a great Facebook page. It's probably the best way to check out more information. Louisa County Animal Shelter. Search them out on Facebook. They're located Sacred Heart Avenue in Mineral. And Christy, thank you so much for coming on today. We want to find homes for all 5 of these animals we featured, and then we'll get you right back on real soon, and we'll feature some more if that's okay with you.
That sounds awesome.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Christy. Thanks so much. And we'll talk to you next time, okay?
All righty. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.